what's poppin'? It is your Torres here, and I'm back with another video. Hey guys, what's poppin'? It is your girl Torres here, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this braided hairstyle on my natural 4C hair. So, quick backstory, I actually did this hairstyle once before, and I posted this video to my TikTok, not knowing that it was about to get a bunch of views. So I posted it to my TikTok, and I don't really promote my TikTok because it's just for fun. So it got like 100 views or something. And then 2 weeks later, it was posted to the 4C Hair Club. So I guess they found it through TikTok because I did not send them the video. And on the 4C Hair Club, it got over 200,000 views. There were a bunch of comments, people asking me how I did the hairstyle. Like, what was this? What was that? What did you use? And so on and so forth. So I decided to film this video over again so you guys can see. If you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe button down below and click the bell while you're at it so you're notified each time I post a new video. And without further ado, let's get into this tutorial.
Alright you guys, so I started off by parting my hair into 2 sections from ear to ear, and I try to get the part as close as possible in the middle of my head. You don't want to go too far back because you're trying to make a high bun, and you do not want to go too far forward because you want the style at the front that you're about to braid to show. So you just want to make sure that it's about, you know, roughly in the middle. So next I take my scrunchies, georgette, hair tie, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to hold the back section together because we're going to use that later. So the first braid that you're going to make is one down the middle of your head. So to get this, I part on the left and the right side of the middle of my head. And it's kind of hard to explain. You guys just kind of have to look. But it's basically me parting on the left and right sides of where I would usually make a middle part. I hope that made some sense. So next I'm going in with the Olive Miracle Silky Smooth Edges, which is an edge control. You can use edge control or jam, but you want to use a very small amount, and you spread that into the parts. And what this does is literally it makes your parts so clean. Like if you're not very good at parting, putting this into your parts and then parting after it is gonna like clean your parts up and make it look almost perfect. And when you're using this, you also don't have to use a jam or edge control that's really like super holding. It doesn't really matter. Just use one that you got laying around. Next, I'm going in with the Cream of Nature twisting cream, and I'm applying that to the ends of my hair. You want to make sure that the ends of your hair are very detangled, so when you're plaiting, you're not busting out knots and so on and so forth while trying to braid your hair. So this is not a tutorial on how to plait hair. So if you're not really good at plaiting and you're like, oh, I want to do this style, but I can't plait like that, you can make this into your own. You can flat twist, you can roll it, you can do anything that you want. I'm just showing you guys the template that I use to get this direct hairstyle. So once I get to about the end of the hair, I go ahead and I twist it. So for the next plait, I'm making a plait at the side of my head, and I'm doing it straight back. You don't want to slant this. You don't want to do nothing crazy. It's literally a part straight back, and I go ahead and apply some edge control, and I go ahead and I braid that. Now when you're doing this, the sizing of the plait depends on how much hair you have and how thick your hair is. But I did 3 plaits just like this. And the sizing is basically like small/medium, not too small where it's like really tiny, but not too big where it's taking up a lot of parting space. So after that, you go ahead and do 2 more of these. So once you're finished that, you're gonna go ahead and take down that section that you put up. And the first part that you want to make is basically a triangular part at the front of your head. You also don't want to make this way too big. Kind of want to make it, I would say, about a medium size. And you just want to make sure that it's like really sharp, really smooth, because it's directly at the front of your head. And this kind of makes the style, because this is the first thing that you see. So you're going to twist that away and save that for later. The next part is really important, and I can't explain. I'm really bad at explaining, but I hope it kind of makes a little bit of sense. But you're going to start a part diagonally from the middle braid that you have. So as you guys can see, you start a part and you're going diagonal. You want to make sure that this part is, you know, roughly the same size as all the other parts, so medium, small. And then at the end of that part that you just made, you're going to make a part going diagonally from that. So it's basically perpendicular to it. Does that make any sense? Probably not. I'm gonna just be quiet, y'all. Once you go ahead and you do that part, you're going to put your little twisty away in the front, and then you're going to have to kind of contort your body to plait this part down because it's a little bit confusing. But once you get that, you start plaiting straight down. I'm so sorry, I was out of frame, you guys. So once you get to basically the end of that part that you had made, you want to go ahead and you're basically making a joined part. So you're making a continuous braid, so you're joining it to the second part that you had made to kind of make like a curve. So you're making like almost like a C or a curved plait. And I take the front section that I had parted out and put aside, and you want to go ahead and add a little bit of jam to the front of that. And because it's such a small section, I like to make a small part and start my braid there, and then I go ahead and I continue plaiting. So next, on the other side of the middle braid, you want to go ahead and do the exact same triangular part that's at the front. And I'm showing you guys that you want to line it up as best as possible. So you don't want the other to be like super big or too small. So you kind of want to line it up and make sure that it's starting from the direct same point. So once you're finished that, you kind of see the entire style coming together. And basically what we're going to do with these two little tendrils at the front of our head is make it cross over that middle part that we did. So that's why we did that one first. So next you're going to go back into the section and you're going to create diagonal parts. In this part, now you're going to go ahead and you're going to join the little tendril at the front to the braid. You You want to make sure that the tendril at the front is completely flat when you're joining it. You don't want it to be twisted. You want to make sure that it's laid completely flat, and then you go ahead and you join it to the plaits. Now once you're finished with this, you're going to go ahead and you do your last plait, and it's literally that simple. So next, go ahead and complete your other side exactly the same, and we're going to get to the rest of this. So for the back section, I'm going ahead and I'm detangling my hair. This step is completely important. You want to make sure that the back is detangled because we're about to put it up in one. And if you have short 4C hair like mine, it's pretty difficult to put your hair together if it's very, very matted and not well combed out. So the first thing you're going to do is make a very, very small section at the front. Just to join all the braids that you have at the front, you want to join the ends of that into that section, and make sure that you're continuously combing your hair out because you want it to be as flat as possible. So as you guys can see, I'm putting all the pieces up into that one section right there, and then I'm going to hold that together with my scrunchie. So next we're going to make another small part, and in total I made 4 small parts at the back just to get it up, and it depends also, as I said, on the thickness of your hair, the length of it, to how much parts you would need. So next, this part, I just go ahead and I do the same. I just comb my hair out, I undo that part, and I put it together. So for the next part, you're going to do another small section. I'm going in with my Edge Booster Style Factor Edge Control, and I absolutely love this stuff. It holds my hair really, really well. So if you're looking for an edge control or some type of gel that literally is going to slick your 4C hair down, I got you. This is it right here. And then I use a soft brush and I brush that up. And you want to make sure that you're getting it as flat as possible. So if you need to put a little bit more, go ahead, brush it, comb it, but make sure it's really, really flat. So for the last section, this is where I pay more attention. I detangle it, and then I apply the Style Factor Edge Booster, and then I go in with a harder bristle brush. So I did this because the soft bristle brush wasn't getting the job done. You want to make sure that it's like super smooth at the back. If you're going for a more sleek look, then you can go ahead and apply some more edge control. I didn't, because I didn't really care for it to be like super, super sleek, but it all depends on what you're looking for. So the next thing that we're going to do is you want to fold in that hair at the top. So I kind of detangled it, and then you just take a scrunchie or a jaw-jet. If you have longer hair, it may be easier to twist it or plait it and then kind of hold it down. So for the bun that we're putting on top of our head, I'm using some Cuban twist mojito twist braids. So it comes in little pieces, and I think I used about 6 pieces for this hairstyle. So to get it to attach to your head, you fold the hair in half, you take a hair tie, and you basically just put it onto the middle of the hair. So when you're making your bun, a lot of people like to wrap the hair around. You're not doing this. To cover your bun, you want to wrap the hair over your bun, not around it, but over it, because you don't want to have that bun showing in the middle. So you wrap the hair around it. Go ahead, you wrap that around, you use your hairpins, you pin it down as you go, and it kind of looks like, okay, that's it. That's the tiny bun that we're making, but no. So after you get everything in place and you put your bun down, you want to go ahead and pull it apart. So you're going to pull, you're going to adjust it to your liking, and basically that's it. So the next step I do is my edges, and I just go ahead with some of my edge booster once again, and I just apply a little bit of that. Go ahead with my edge brush, and I lay my edges. So after doing that, I put a scarf around my edges and I let that sit probably for like 5-10 minutes. It depends on how long of time you have, but I just let that sit there, and I apply a little bit of Dew Girl oil into my hair, into my parts, because my hair gets like really dry for some reason after a while. So this is the final look, you guys. If you do attempt this look, please tag me on Instagram if you post a picture and if you do this look. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.